Hello, everyone. This is Professor Grumpy, and Professor Grumpy builds a social media empire where I make all the mistakes in launching something new so that you don't have to. You can learn from my mistakes and do something better. Today, we're going to talk about stands to hold a iPhone or Android smartphone, and so you can use those for video. Before I get started, I would like to thank my brother for, there we go, some office studio artwork, if you will, some beautiful dogs. If you have any suggestions of what the dogs' names ought to be, put them in the comments down below. So anyway, what we're going to do, or second in background, I've been recording about everything on the laptop, which does not have great sound and it does not have great video, but it's what I had. I do have a smartphone available to me, but I don't have a stand, and so me recording like this didn't seem like a good idea. Therefore, I am going to buy a stand, or actually, I purchased it. It should arrive tomorrow. And if you want to see my open box video, please hit subscribe and the bell, and you'll be alerted when the video is launched. And hopefully, you can maybe learn from that and see if there's something there you want. So, the whole idea is to get better video, get better sound, and by using the cell phone instead of using the computer. And I need help. So there's a few things you need to think about when you're buying your stand. First of all, how consistent of a location or setup is your camera going to have to be in? So for example, I film practically everything right here on my desk. I have a little setup here. It needs to change a little bit from time to time because this is also my day job desk and my teaching desk, and now also my blogging desk or my YouTube desk. So I do move equipment on and off, but basically it's all right here. If you, for example, are one who's going to be moving around town, or sometime it's going to be in your garage as you do a workman's shop woodworking or auto mechanics, and sometimes it's going to be in the office. I don't know what your situation is. Whatever it is, the more consistent it is, the easier it is to buy a stand because you can buy one specifically for that. Now, one of the first types of stands or attachments to the stands, if you look here on the right, which is just a simple clip-on. There's a lot of different versions of this. This one I think is from Tailworks gooseneck clip mount. You just clip it right onto a desk or a hood of a car or the hood of your stove, whatever the case may be, and it allows you, as you can see, it's rather long and rather shapely, and you can just sort of spin it into all kinds of different directions. And this is really great if you're doing something like a craft or woodworking. I'm stuck on woodworking again. Or if you are doing something really hands-on where you're going to need a whole lot of different angles and you're going to need to move the lamp. Now, I had a microphone that had a similar clip. I would clip it on, I used it for school. I would clip it onto my desk and then I'd unclip it or I'd clip it on. I had some shelves nearby. What I found though, personally, if you use it a lot, the microphone over time, here it is, starts sort of edging down if you've extended too far. And so I would start, nice and tall in my start of recording my lesson, but by the end I would be down here a little bit because I'm following the microphone down. Not everyone is like that, so make sure you do a nicely rated stand. You look for ones that has good reviews. Otherwise, what you're going to end up having is something where you were chasing it, or it doesn't hold firm, and therefore it gets, once you twist it into a spot, it starts to move away, and that can be important depending on what you were doing. I'll put the link for this one down below in case you're interested in this specific model. The second type is a really simple stand. So this one here, they can adjust a bunch of different ones. So they can be between like 6 and maybe up to a foot tall. You can see that it goes horizontal or vertical. This one is from Kilsner. It's a great tabletop. What I like about it for like my setup is it's really small and light. And like I said, I'm moving equipment on and off all the time. So I can take it, I can put it away, and it's gone. It's small enough that I can store it and I don't have to have it out. It doesn't really take up a lot of room either in storage or on my desk. And I think there's one more feature. You can see it also has the gooseneck ability. Again, this is perfect for if you are learning how to, or teaching how to draw and you're doing it on a something down low on a table as opposed to an easel. So this allows you to aim the camera of the phone directly down onto your product. That's great. Or you can spin it all kinds of different directions. It's not really good for a lot of scenarios too. Again, if you're out outside somewhere, or you're in a workbench type scenario where things aren't necessarily secure or always level, or you're going to have to flip it into odd angles to show what you're looking at, that's probably not the one for you. Now, here's another consideration is, are you really going to be indoors all the time, or perhaps outdoors? Now, for me, I'm thinking I'm indoors all the time. I do a real quick with the camera while I'm at school after class, make fun of the students a little bit. So that, that's great, but that I can do with, with the hand. That's 30-second short. I don't mind. But am I going to be out there doing aerobics on the grass? Not me personally, but maybe you. So if that's the case, you're going to want to have one that's really adjustable. The nice thing about these tripods with independently adjustable legs is you can counter for uneven ground. This one here, for example, is great. It's a GoPro one. It gets as tall as 60 inches high, but you can also bring it down to about 16 inches high. So you have quite a range for the height. The thing I'm not I don't like about these, if you are not really going to use all the features, it's not something that's really easy to grab and go. It's a little bit bulky. It doesn't take long to set up, and it's pretty easy. You can mark if you want exact heights and things that you want right on the legs. Just take a marker and set it so you can put the settings right where you want it. But it does take a little space. It is not so easy. There are some that are much smaller, don't get nearly as high, but they're small enough that you can easily slip into a backpack. This one's a little bit bigger. I'll take the whole backpack. Now, here's the whole ring light. Now, a lot of YouTubers, as you can see on here, use the ring light as an iPhone stand. There are some benefits to this. So obviously, here I'm not well lit. I have a little bit of daylight left in the day, and I have overhead fluorescent lights. I actually use my monitor as a frontal light so that I'm minimizing a little bit of the shadows, but still I'm not ideally lit. For me, what I do, it's great to start, but especially if you're going to do makeup or something like that, you definitely want to have nice light. Now, the thing that I want to caution, if you look on the lower left, what a lot of YouTubers do is they put the ring right in front of them with the camera right in the center of it, as you can see with the woman on the upper right. And what ends up happening there is a couple of things. One, our mind is not trained to have a perfectly lit face where the light's coming from below as well as above. And so the face looks a little bit off. And then you can also see the ring in the fellow's eye there on the bottom left. And so ideally, what you do with the ring light is you either have it far enough away so you don't have that ring in your light, or you have the ring light slightly above, and you're doing the attach the phone down below. I don't know if you can see in the center picture, you can actually attach the phone right on the stand. I think I have a picture of it here. Yeah, so you can see it. I can either attach the phone up where the ring light is, which again, there's some problems with that, or I can have the ring light up above, angled down a little bit at me, and I can have the phone directly on. This one I like in that it is ranges up to, I think I wrote it down here. So anyway, I didn't write it down. So this one is nice in that it goes to, I want to say 48 inches. Now for me, standing outside, that's probably not great. I'm quite a bit taller than 40 something inches. So especially if I do the lower connection with the phone, you probably won't be seeing me very well. You'd be seeing me from down below. But for a sitting scenario, or where I can set this on a desk, or I'm on a couch upstairs, for example, that will work out quite well. And for my limited areas in which I'm going to film, that's probably completely fine. So here's another option: is the selfie stick, which I hope I'll never own. But there's also a selfie stick comes with a stand. And so, like, for example, here's one from BZE. It has some nice features. It extends out and allows you to move around. And so if you were doing something where I'm walking around on a trail or something, I would probably do a GoPro fixture instead of a stick, but maybe it works for you. But what's really nice is having the ability to have that stand so you can then set it up, position yourself, and actually do a normal video and not have the whole selfie sort of video going. Completely up to you. And they're really inexpensive. Like this one here, it's for example, is listed for $30, but it's on sale. I've seen it on sale multiple times for about 20. What can I tell you? It goes out 40 inches. The other thing that's nice about it has the remote. So you don't necessarily need a remote for filming from your iPhone, but it's nice to cut down post processing, the editing you do. So if I have a remote, I can click, talk. Oh, I have something I want to do. I can click and turn it off, and then I can click and turn it on. What I would probably end up doing if the phone is across the room or if I'm outdoors, and I don't have the remote, I would just probably turn it on and take 30 minutes of video, and then section out the pieces I want. It also works, but I think it's a little bit more laborious when it comes to post production editing. Just completely up to you. So what are the things you want to ask yourself? What is it going to make the right stand to record your YouTube video? So first, where are you going to film? Is it consistent? What is the scenario? Where are you going to be able to put the stand? So do you have a nice desk setup, or is it something like in a kitchen or a garage, whatever, where you're going to have to be a little bit creative with how you attach it? How tall do you need it to be? Like I said, I'm well over 6 feet, and so if I have something that's only going 4.5 feet tall, it's going to be looking up at me if I'm in a standing scenario or if I'm walking around. Probably not ideal if I'm doing any close up on my face. How portable? So is it something that you really want to collapse it down and then put it into a backpack or something, or is it okay for you to actually have a bag just for your tripod and a bag for your equipment? How much equipment do you have, and how important is it for you to be able to just sort of grab and go? How much space do you have for it? So like I said, in my office, I have a really small area. I have a lot of different stuff here because I have 3 different jobs that are going on. Each one has slightly different equipment. So I'm always kind of moving things on and off my desk. I don't have a lot of extra space around. So small is good, but and some people, if you have a room dedicated to your studio, great. Get as big as you want. And do you need lighting with it? In this case, like I just showed you the ring lighting. If you're going to get a ring light or something similar anyway, and it has an option to hold your phone or camera or whatever video equipment, then maybe that's the choice for you. So it comes down to, what did I get? Well, I did get a ring light. I'm actually going to own a ring light, which I never thought I would do. And so I got the version here. It's a 10.2 inch selfie ring light. So it is made for the tripod stand. I can have it down, I believe, as low as about 16 inches, which is perfect for putting it right on the desk in front of me. Or I can put it on the floor behind the desk and extend it up taller. And I'm going to play with that. And you will tell me, and maybe not the next video, but a very soon video, I will actually set up the ring light in several different positions with the camera in several different positions. And you can tell me, is it giving me a better video or not? Is it giving something that makes you enjoy what you're doing just slightly more? If you want to see that, make sure you hit subscribe and the bell, and that will make sure that you see that video when it comes out. If you liked anything I say, please hit like. I appreciate you, and hopefully you learned a little something. And thank you very much. I look forward to tomorrow. I'm supposed to get this, and assuming it comes early enough in the day, I will put out another video within the next day or two with the box opening, and we'll see how it goes. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.